AITA for telling someone they are too fat for a massage? I, 25 meters. Work as a masseur for a somewhat small spa and have been doing for 3 years. This week I had to do something I have never done before, and that is turn someone away. What happened was that we had a group booking for 4 people. As per usual, I grabbed the questionnaire and waiver for the client I was going to take. When I saw her, I became concerned as she was clearly over 400 pounds. Aside from the weight capacity, I wasn't sure if she would have been able to fit on the table, but I put that concern aside. For the sake of safety, I decided to weigh her, with the result being she was 465 pounds. With the table's capacity being 495 pounds, I decided to not risk it. In the most polite way I could, I told her that for her safety I can't service her. As an alternative, I offered our other services where her weight wouldn't be an issue. Unfortunately, she was too upset, embarrassed, and as a result, she and her group decided to cancel their appointments. Because of this, 3 of my colleagues absolutely hate my guts now. They all believe that I should have been much more accommodating of her. Am I the asshole? NTA My husband does massage and has catered to heavier people in the hopes the table would hold up. The table said up to 500 pounds. They were around 400 pounds. The issue is also getting on and off the table, not just pressure of massage once they do get on the table. The client did a little hop to get up on the table and the table completely broke. She was absolutely mortified. No one was injured though. She ended up getting massage in a chair instead. But my husband never saw her again after that. She felt so bad. She paid for a new table too. Now, for heavier clients, my husband has a couch and chair available versus massage table. NTA. Your colleagues should be made aware of the sum total of weight on the table. The patient's weight plus the force of your massage, potentially exceeding safety levels. If they're truly upset at this outcome, they should be going to your boss and requesting stronger tables to accommodate heavier clientele. You didn't fail to be accommodating. Your obligation to not put a patient into harm's way takes priority over their feelings. People seem to forget that it's not only the weight of the person getting the massage. The person giving the massage applies pressure to the body, and that adds to the weight. If that was really the OP's concern, then I'd say NTA. NTA. Everyone keeps pointing out that 465 is less than 495. But they fail to take into account that you'll have to press down to give a massage. The table would certainly collapse. NTA. Your colleagues were free to take her on and risk their livelihood by letting her lie on a table. That was barely legal for her weight. Note how none of them offered to do that. I'm going to go against the grain and say nah. There's a parable, folk legend of an architect who designed a library, but failed to account for the weight of the books. And so, the library slowly sank into the ground. Massage table equals library. Massage therapist equals books. Add the back and forth movement typical of a massage putting stress on the joints to the equation, and I'd see reasonable cause for concern too. Better to be temporarily embarrassed than impaled on a broken table leg. NTA. You turned her away due to a safety risk. She would have been upset, embarrassed, and possibly hurt if the table broke in the middle of a massage. Nah. My father was morbidly obese, and during his last visit to my house he broke my couch and created a permanent fold in my brand new guest mattress, all the way through the box spring. Who knew furniture had weight ratings? 200,300 pounds per seat cushion on average. Nah, and that's only because in my experience of massages the person always puts some type of pressure on me. I can only assume that it's more than 30 pounds of pressure. If you had allowed a massage, and the table gave out, what would happen? Would you be liable? If so, then I completely understand. What did your manager say? Actually, you didn't refuse the massage because she was too fat. You refused it because she was too heavy. Genuinely. I think framing it like that makes a difference. The first has a lot of emotional, social, and psychological baggage mixed up in it. And the second is a mechanical issue that could be upsetting but is also a lot less fraught. Whether or not you are the comes down to how you communicated it. I would say, AITA. The way you phrased the question here suggests you probably were in awe about it. Though, that said, if she was under the table's capacity, why couldn't you give her a massage? Usually there is some leeway on those safety measures. So the table wasn't in danger. NTA. It's not just her weight that is a factor. You apply force when you give a massage, and that needs to be taken into account. 2. At the end of the day, she would have been too heavy, or at least dangerously close. It's not your fault for doing your job, especially when it's for her safety as well as your own. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen. NTA. As someone who uses equipment intended for heavy lifting, products not people, the weight capacity of an item assumes no movement and that the equipment is in trustworthy condition. Age reduces total capacity because components wear out. Down 30 pounds is far too close to limit for any reasonable expectation of safety. Mixed NTA. People for some reason cannot make the obvious assumption that when you add pressure in a massage, it adds weight to the table. For a 30 lbs difference could be superseded, and this could become unsafe. You did offer an alternative treatment where weight was not an issue. I don't understand her feeling very embarrassed and wanting to GTFO solely out of being weighed. This is definitely something that should be approached differently in the future, and maybe ask others in the field how they would tactfully handle this to better respect the client. What would have happened if she got hurt by falling off the table by having it break on her? They would have likely tried to sue you, and she would have had to deal with healing from an avoidable injury. Enforcing a weight limit for safety reasons makes you NTA. Massage therapist chiming in here. Our tables have a weight limit. Plain and simple. If you knowingly have a person on your table that exceeds the table's capacity and the table breaks, you are on the hook for a lawsuit. On my patient intake forms, I ask for people's height and weight so I can be more discreet about it, and I've never actually had to turn anyone away. RMTs in Canada have to have liability insurance to cover us for this exact reason. Among others, your coworkers could have stepped in if they felt there wasn't a problem with her weight on their tables. Big surprise here, they didn't. NTA. I'm 100 kilograms. Looked it up, that's about 220 pounds. So I'm fat. I get regular massages for pain relief, and frankly I barely having space on either side of me for my hands to be on the table. At double my weight there is no way this person could have fit comfortably on the table, plus the extra weight from the masseuse bearing down would have made the table over the weight limit. Embarrassing for the customer, yes, but not your fault. NTA. NTA. While it would have been under the liability of the manufacturers who made the table, there is absolutely no mistake that, if this is America, she would have sued both your business and the manufacturer and anyone possible for any injury as a result of failure. While I can totally understand her embarrassment, it should NT be that much a surprise when certain pleasures, IDK the word I am looking for, are not available to her at a certain weight. Just like how amusement parks will not let you ride if bars will not fit on you properly, or if you exceed their weight limit. It would have been irresponsible for you to service her. You have to put extra pressure. And I don't know about your table, but most massage tables are kind of small. If that table breaks and that person fall, their embarrassment would be worse. And they could hold you liable for any injuries. I come from morbidly obese family. We have chairs for the extra big. And we had some of those chairs break. It's hard for everyone, but especially hard for the person on the floor. NTA. NTA. This wasn't you being judgmental. This was for safety. If the table collapsed during massage, you and the client could be seriously injured. In the future, maybe talk to the owner about specifying weight limits while booking. This might eliminate this from happening again. Nah, you had a valid safety concern for the equipment and the client. And the woman wasn't trying to force anything.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.